Hi, Asan. Hi, Loy.
Hi,
Hi,
good,
how are you
good.
doing?
Doing great. And it's such a pleasure to have you both of us today. And welcome to Radio Sangam. So, just quick introduction about Radio Sangam. It comes under Phoenicia Network, and this is
Okay.
the Telugu radio station here in Dallas. And our listeners are absolutely excited to hear from you both. First of all,
Uh-huh.
thank you so much for taking time today to speak with us. How are you both doing?
All
Very
good.
well. How about you?
Great, little nervous. Okay, this is my first interview ever. I've never done an interview because I'm a programming manager.
Okay.
But Farad bhai really wanted to do this interview, and I feel privileged and honored. Thank you. So you've created such a timeless music as part of Shankar Ehsaan and Loy. It's wonderful to have both of us with us today. So to
Uh-huh.
start with, what have you been working on lately?
Well, we were very busy right now with this concert that we did for the Nita Ambani Cultural Center, NMACC. It was their third year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a concert with Shreya Ghoshal,
Wow.
Khan, and I can't remember the name of those people from Gujarat, very famous singers from Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
And with Shankar Ehsaan Loy. So that was a really lovely experience. But it took a lot of rehearsals and also we were very busy with that. And now we're getting ready to go on tour
Yeah,
everywhere.
we're all very excited, and let's talk about it in the next part of the interview. So I'm actually a Carnatic singer myself. So I've
Uh-huh.
been very curious about this. Your compositions, they beautifully blend Indian and Western influences. So how much does Indian classical Carnatic music influence your work?
Well, Shankar's,
Yeah,
comes from,
yeah.
that's his mainstay and tradition, comes from that thing. So he brings that very easily into the compositional aspect of things,
Mm-hmm.
So
See, the
that's a
thing is
default state
Carnatic.
for
Yeah.
him.
See, the thing is Carnatic music, the kind of training and everything that you get, of course, you reach a very high musical, level. But in terms of actually using it in compositions, we've used it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like we did Koncham Ishtum
Which,
Kancham Kancham.
I
The time when
love
mm,
it. It's a cult
mm.
classic hit in
yeah.
Telugu, and people relate to it really, really well till today. Yeah. And I
And when
wanted
we
to,
did,
sorry.
did Alavandan and then we did the Vishwarupam with Tabu.
Vishal, mm.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
time you'll hear, some Carnatic influence in the music. But it's there. I mean, Shankar, it's part of his DNA, so it's just
yeah.
like it does come in at times, yeah, yeah.
And you've also given us some beautiful Telugu hits, One such album is Koncham Istam, Koncham Custom. So, as I said, I'm a Carnatic singer. I really want to sing two lines and show you that influence which
Uh-huh.
your compositions made on me.
Uh-huh.
And let me pull up the next. అనగనగా చాలిక సాగని మనగాదా ఎంతకీ తేలదా ఏమిటి యమబాధ ప్రతిసారి ఇలా మొదలైతే ఎలా సుడిలో పడవై ఇక్కడ చేరేదెలా కొంచెం ఇష్టం ఉంటే కొంచెం కష్టం అంటే తననా. This is such a beautiful composition. I personally feel
Exciting
the
song,
song
yeah.
is a
Yeah.
wonderful example of classical music influence in your compositions.
Yeah, we've combined Carnatic and we've combined African music in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we really love it.
Uh-huh.
So, wanted to more ask you more about this composition. So, composing for this film, how much classical music shaped this melody? So, whose
It is
idea
very
was
obvious.
this?
It's got a strong influence of Carnatic music in it. The whole South spectrum.
Yeah,
Like I said, Shankar comes a lot from that. That's one of
yeah,
his deep, training and his influences is that. So
yeah. And
And
till
if
date,
you
people
uh,
use it as, their Instagram
uh,
voiceovers or Instagram
uh,
songs in Telugu states. Yeah.
even if you hear the other song like Every Subramaniam or Anandama, that
Wow.
has got a Indian classical and Carnatic
yeah.
influence. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The entire album is such a huge hit. So, since Radio Sangam connects with a lot of Telugu listeners across the Dallas, you've worked across multiple languages. And how different is composing for Telugu compared to Hindi?
It's as difficult or as easy as composing in any other language. Composing a song, you have to basically get a good melody, and then you can do it in whichever language you want, you know. So we didn't start composing any of these songs with words. The
Mm,
count
Yeah.
all melody first, you know. So
mm.
then whatever language you put it in, you you add in the nuances of those languages to make it, to make it sound that way or make it appealing to those people.
Okay, that's a really good one. And just for fun, do you know any Telugu words? Or can we teach you something today?
You
I
can teach us.
Okay, you guys can say Andariki Namaskaram. It's like
Andarki namaskaram.
awesome. And
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. Yeah.
yeah, awesome. It's just you're greeting everyone. Thank you so much. So, Loy, I'd love to start with you. So, when
Yes.
composing, are you a more of a perfectionist or do you just prefer going with the flow?
I think the process of you can't start correcting everything right in the beginning because that's like a speed breaker, right? Setting out on the journey, and the first thing you get out of your house and there's a speed breaker. That's not the process. The process is to let it flow,
Mm-hmm.
with everything that happens in that thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
you go back and you kind of look at it, revise it, maybe come back the next day and give it a listen and see where it goes.
Yeah,
Sometimes it falls into place immediately, and sometimes it might take a day or so, maybe more.
it's a slow process. Yeah. So, and also coming from a Western background. So, how do you view Indian classical music, Hindustani or Carnatic? So, what's your view on it?
I think it's the emotion. One just looks at the emotion, and yes, a lot of emotions are also. Uh, uh, how do I say? They have a different meaning in the cultural context.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, so the way someone might emote, love or sadness is different in different
Yeah.
languages because of the cultural thing.
Yeah.
So that's the way ultimately you got to react to it.
Yeah.
People react to it. It's
Yeah. It's just an emotion. The language, I mean, I feel music doesn't have any language barrier or type of music we're composing or we're listening to. It's just the emotion. Yeah. And Ehsaan, coming to you, if you had to pick one for the rest of your life, would it be acoustic guitar or an electric one?
Actually, I can't really choose anyone because I use both all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably electric. Probably electric guitar. Yeah, I like that more. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you were to compose a Telugu fusion song today, so what kind of sound or style would you experiment with?
Actually, I don't know. It would start with the composition first. You know, I'd pay
Yeah.
attention to and present it in whichever style, which is A, required, and B, which will be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. And you guys also composed a song for Saho, which is such a pan-India movie hit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a cult movie, and I know few people who actually watches it every week.
No, wow.
So, how
Oh,
was your experience working with the rebel star Prabhas or collaborating with him? People will love. I mean, Telugu people will love this question for sure.
Well, actually, we did interact with him per se.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't. He never came to Bombay for the recordings. The director was coming for the recordings,
Okay.
and basically we actually composed a lot of songs. And but eventually, with due script changes and with the music company and all, only one of our songs got released, which was
Yeah.
Baby Do
Yeah.
what it's
Yeah.
called, yeah, that song. So that was the one that we did, you know.
Yeah.
So that was basically the experience. We didn't get to meet Pravas.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. But any upcoming projects we can expect in Telugu from all three of you?
Telugu right now, nothing per se,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But please do accept few offers or compulsion because we are all Telugu people. They are waiting for your, you know, music direction. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
hope.
So before we wrap up, any message for our Telugu listeners here in Dallas?
Well,
Oh,
I look for.
welcome.
Go ahead, go ahead, Lloyd.
I said we're performing in your city on the 11th, Choctaw Casino in also Durant, Oklahoma. So please come enjoy the show. This it's high voltage, lots of energy. There's a lot of big dynamics in the music. So you'll get the love songs and everything. It's the whole package. Please come and really be part of it and really have a good time.
Any special surprises planned for the audience? I know surprises aren't revealed, but
Well,
There are a couple.
the thing is that, I think the surprises will only happen if they've seen us many times before and we do something different. But it's the first time they're seeing us, then it's all a surprise. It'll be fun. Yeah.
yeah. And why your fans shouldn't miss your April 11th show?
Well, it's going to be a powerful experience, emotionally and everything. It's going to be like a fun experience, and the musicianship is very good. The songs are great.
Mm-hmm.
They sound even better when they're played live, with the energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll be fun. People shouldn't miss it.
Yeah. So we are all looking forward for the show. And thank you so much, Ehsaan and Loy. It's been absolute pleasure talking with you both. And your music truly connects people across languages. And we are so glad to have you both today here.
Hi, this is Ehsan, and you're listening to Radio Sangam 104.1, which is the Telugu voice of Dallas.
Hi, I'm Loy from Shankar Ehsaan Loy, and you're listening to me on Radio Sangam 104.1.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's great having
Super.
you both today.
రేడియో సంగం తెలుగు గానం మాత్రమే